Hello guys, so GoPro just casually dropped something after being kinda quiet for a while. And no, it's not another slightly better battery upgrade. They just announced a brand new lineup called the Mission 1 series. Yeah, Mission. They dropped the hero name that was used for more than 20 years. This new name could mean that this camera is insane, or maybe it could be also that GoPro is again using this exaggerated marketing. Let's break down everything we know so far and whether this is actually worth getting hyped about. From what GoPro has shared on their website, this is not just a hero upgrade. This looks like a completely new direction. There are going to be 3 new cameras: the Mission 1, the Mission 1 Pro, and the Mission 1 Pro ILS. And the first 2 will be available from May 28th, but the pre-orders with a discount will start on May 21st. So just keep an eye on that. Just think, more modular, more powerful, targeting creators and pros, not just action sports people. 50 megapixels camera with 14 stops of dynamic range. 14 stops. 1-inch sensor, 8K video up to 60 FPS and 4K at 120 FPS, and the video quality is 10 bits and enhanced 240 Mbps. The 3 of them will have open gate, more lock profiles to take advantage of the dynamic range. It sounds like we're talking specs of a professional camera, isn't it? Basically, this might be GoPro saying, hey DJI, you have nice cameras, but we'd like our market back now. Now let's talk about what's actually new in the 3 cameras to start, and then we will talk about the differences between the 3 cameras. So the 3 cameras will have the new GP3 processor, a new system on a chip. Delivers 2 times the pixel processing power to enable best-in-class resolutions and frame rates. And they're saying that this also will bring many new features that are going to come with all the cameras. They will have 1-inch sensor. Everybody else had it already for a long time, so GoPro, it was time for you to do it. Anyway, the GP3 processor with the 1-inch sensor will make a good team, and they're saying that the low light performance will be incredible. I really want to see that. Also has a redesigned body, modular attachments. They will have this kind of like a case that they will make the GoPro feel more like a mirrorless camera. The cameras are going to have a strong focus on high-end video performance. The 3 cameras come with the option to record in open gate, taking advantage of the whole sensor, which proves that they are pushing the marketing for video creators. A 50 megapixel sensor which gives also very sharp photos, so photographers should also be excited. In the Mission 1 and the Mission 1 Pro, the lenses are fixed and wide angle, so I'm not sure how the new features are going to be with these cameras, because in the website they have samples of pictures that they're very impressive. A video of the moon with a crazy close-up, a macro picture of an eye, low light photography. I'm actually getting excited. So yeah, less helmet cam energy and more cinematic, but I might still jump off a cliff energy. It is going to be a big competition for the Insta360s and the DJI Osmo Action 6, and even some professional video cameras, because one of the cameras is going to have micro four thirds interchangeable lenses, which is wild because GoPro has always lived in that tiny cows camera category. Also, they fixed the thermal problem, so you will be able to record for longer time without having the camera warming up. They say up to 3 hours recording in 4K with no thermal problem. That is incredible. Now let's go more into detail. The Mission 1 and the Mission 1 Pro are the ones that are going to be released next month. The only difference between these cameras are in the frame rates based on what I saw on the website. Like the Pro will do 8K video 60 frames per second, and the regular Mission 1 will do 8K 30 frames per second. Basically, in all the resolutions, it's going to be half the capability. In OpenGate, the Mission 1 will do 4K under 20 FPS, while the Pro version can go up to 8K 30 FPS. The screen of all the cameras is going to be an OLED screen, 14% bigger than the one in the Hero 13. Now, GoPro hasn't dropped all the specs yet, but AI capability are going to be included for sure. So at this point, this stops being just a GoPro and starts being a tiny production camera. Now let's talk about the 3rd camera, the Mission 1 Pro ILS. Now this one is an interchangeable lens camera, but not the traditional one. It will use micro four thirds lenses, the ones invented by Panasonic Lumix, and that are used by Olympus, Lumix, Blackmagic uses this in some of the cinema cameras, and even DJI. And the alliance for these lenses is huge. It has more than 130 lenses in the market. This is going to be a game changer. The only problem of this camera is that this camera will not have autofocus, which will be a problem if you are in front of the camera because you cannot actually touch the screen in the back to focus. But I think the GoPro thought about this, and maybe they have the solution that it's not in the website, but we will see when they launch the camera later this year. Now, why all of these changes matters? Here's the real reason. This is interesting. GoPro hasn't had a major shakeup in a while. Most releases have been like, hey guys, this is a new hero, but now it's slightly better, again and again and again, which was cool, but not a good strategy at the end. They almost went to bankruptcy, but the Mission 1 series, this feels different, feels like a reset, a risk, and honestly, something we've been waiting for. So the big question is this going to be the comeback of GoPro, or just a fancy rebrand with a dramatic name? We'll find out soon, but I am definitely keeping my eyes on this one, and you should too. And of course, I will get it as soon as it comes out, and I will review it for you guys. So what do you think? Would you actually switch to the Mission 1 series, or are you sticking with your current setup? Let me know in the comments. Until next week.